Everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Got a little bit to talk about tonight. How did you like that headline, huh? I'm not using the nice phone tonight because I can't seem to get a good connection going. So I'm just using what I used last time, the netbook, and it seems to be working. So yeah, I'm gonna get to this, but we're not gonna start with this because that's kind of something you I want to build up to. And wanted okay, tonight is the last night you'll be able to see Comet Nishimura in my area, 5:11 a.m. in the Leo constellation, and I believe it comes up in the northeast. I'm not sure about that though. Yep. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Let me go see who's here. Intergalactic Angler, Crafting Gamer, Derek Galloway, Reality Check. I think is here or was here. Let's see what. Okay. Shadows was here. If you're not here, hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, yeah, this is the get real. I'm getting real tonight, right? But Comet Nishimura is coming around. It's the last time people will be able to see it without aids, without a telescope or good binoculars for 400 something years. So my time, 5:11 a.m. Near dawn, and I'm gonna go take some pictures. I've got a nice camera. I've got the iPhone over here, so I'm gonna take a couple of pictures and wait for anything to happen that's gonna happen. Right? It's probably just gonna be a light in the sky and be done with it. And nothing new or groundbreaking to report. Got hey Jessica, thank you for joining in the Quantum Show. Appreciate you coming by. Uh, nothing no, groundbreaking to report. Normal paranormal. Okay, now I do believe Jessica has not been here before, so let me give the state of things. Right? Okay, about a year ago, I started having a whole bunch of stuff happen. Right, and I couldn't explain it, and it would have driven other people crazy because it's outside of reality. And one good example is jumping from it seems I jumped from reality to reality. I was on one road clearly, and then all of a sudden I was on another road, interstate. That was hey Shelly, welcome back. Okay, cool deal, Jessica. Well, thanks for coming and making a live one. So you're familiar with all this weird stuff that has gone on. And last week after the show, I was not accused, but the person heavily suggested that the spirit guide is a personification of my subconscious. And I'm like, I had thought about that, but too many things have happened. I've been guided out of situations that I had no information about for that to be what it is. And I think there have been personifications, but not not her, right? Not my guide that I'm aware of, guides that I'm aware of. And yeah, nothing of it can be proven. None of it can be proven because it's all in my perceptions. So there we go. I mean, the cemetery. No one wants to go out with me. Who can be the authority to say, yep, this is going on? Nobody wants to go out there. It doesn't even have to be this cemetery. It can be any cemetery with a reputation. You know, not all cemeteries are haunted, but they all have guardian spirits. So uh, I'll go with Rebecca the Ghost Guide on that one. She, Rebecca, has gone monetized, like completely monetized. And she doesn't really respond to people personally because she's of the age group where if you approach her, you're a creep immediately, and I don't want to. I don't want to be put into no categories because, mm, and I'd rather just watch her videos from a distance, drop her a line every now and again, and be done with it. Even though she'll never respond, that's fine too. And because a lot of this stuff happens to most of us, right? Who we got? Hey, Raven. Hey, Diane. Welcome back. I'm just going over the state of things, the normal paranormal. Got spirits living in the house, living. They're staying here. And, well, now Diane, I have tried, but she just doesn't respond. I don't know. Whatever. Sometimes I come off as maybe I can come off as aggressive, but it isn't meant to be that. I got on one of her live streams one time asking Jimothy about aliens and got a big response. But that was, wow, I think that was like 2 years ago. She doesn't do too much like that. And, but, anyway, normal paranormal, right? Still feeling people around me, okay? Getting pings when people are about to call, some more than others. Um, and yeah, I don't think I would have it any other way. The door is open for the Click Clack, I think they're called, the Mantis people to come down and have coffee. And speaking of, I got coffee ready. Normally I'm done with a cup, but I'm about halfway now. Mm. Um, uh, Shelly says she's doing an open mic festival, but I know ufology physics are my great interest. Heck yeah. And in ufology, all the forefront people, all the front runners are being accused of fraud, and there are no real sightings. Thank you, Cindy. That is Alien Girl 111 because she's all about the bodies, the documents, the craft. Tastes like disclosure. I did not see he was in the hospital. I did not see that. But I don't talk to him anymore either because behind the scenes, he cussed me all the way out. I'm done, right? I'm done. And I hope he finds his joy, his happy, whatever. But he can't find it here because he screwed that up. See the past two, well, there were two shows that he tried to wreck, right? One he pretty much did. And, but that's that. And, okay. About the Maui fires, little update from the week. Now the mayor is evicting people who did not get burned out. And what is that all about? Seems like some billionaires want to buy the island and kick everyone off of it. Okay, here's the thing about billionaires. They can make an island. People have made islands in the past. It's a lot of work, but it can be done. Make the island, right? Billionaires, has this thought not occurred to you guys? Create an island for yourself. You know? Um there that is, right? And Maui is still, I saw one thing where there are 11 buses, 10 buses missing with kids on them, right? And someone saw a neighboring island owned by a billionaire that has 11 cargo containers. She wanted to draw a conclusion, but there's no conclusion to be drawn yet. How about go get them? Go look, right? Just go look. Send a drone from the ocean. Do that. And hey, Tim Freestone, I just saw your name being called. Okay, yeah, I had a long day too. I'm pretty tired, but I'm here, and I'm at least gonna stay at a medium pace. I'm not gonna be going nuts or getting really animated. um, and and the, the propaganda machine about Maui is cranking hard because they're saying fact check directed energy weapons were not used and in Maui. It's like, and direct energy weapons and a fact check did not spare blue items in the in the Maui fires, right? It's it's nuts, okay? And I never thought I would see anything like this. Growing up, we were worried about nuclear war, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Um, we had all the fake plagues. Yeah, I said it. You heard it here. And okay, now I've worked up to it. It's been almost 12 minutes since I started, right? Yeah, I wish there was some way to help Maui. And the rich people that are out there, they are failed. They have failed. Talking about the public persona ones, right? All of them failed. But the public persona ones, who we got? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Oprah Winfrey. What are y'all doing? What have y'all? You say help the people of Maui, but you're not? Or are you? Please disclose. I would like to see how you're helping the people of Maui. Okay? Because that is what's going on. That's what's going around. Is that you two super rich guys are not doing anything to help. That's what's going around. What have you done? I would like to know, what have you done? Somebody contact. I want your side of the story. Super rich. Okay. So, yeah, let me know. We do need more information on that because it's natural to want to point fingers and blame and go dark side on these people who we think are kind of propagating the problem. But let's hear their side of the story first. Now, I wanted to get to the main topic, right? I do not say do not comply because it's being put around as hashtag DNC. That's Democratic National Convention. Don't use that one. Don't use that one. Raven, I see you say I've lost all respect for Oprah. I want more information. Before I draw any conclusions in my own head, I would like some more information on her, right? And Rock, and see what are they doing. They're all about helping people, and they're promoting giving to these charities, which I don't know. Charities are never 100% legit anyway. But this, right? I'm going to say this sentence one time, and I'm not going to repeat it, and I'm not going to write it down. Those people in power who try to force us to comply you will be endangering your ability to go home any day. I'm done with that. Feel free to quote me, but I'm not going to write it down. I'm not going to say it again. But yeah, that. Because all right. Hey, Cindy, welcome back. Yeah, I saw where she has been buying up stuff. Cindy saying Oprah had just bought 1,000 acres in Maui, and she did hire a private fire department before the fires, as if she had advanced knowledge. Funny how that works. The last big public time was, who's that rich woman that had a line of cookware in Kmart, and she got busted for insider trading. She was on with Snoop Dogg. I can't remember her name. She got busted for insider trading. This is what happens when the commodity are humans. Is that insider trading? Is that what it is? Okay. Hey, Lamblin. Well, Martha Stewart. Thank you. Yeah, I just can't think of much anything right now. Martha Stewart. Reality Check said Martha Stewart. Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, you all had it. No, I didn't get any shots either. The only shots I got were like the regular, not vaccinations. I didn't get it, and I'm not going to. Mask only because my work tells me to, but they're stupid. People were having custom mask made that says this mask is stupid, and like trolling right there, words written on their mask. I'm going to do something like that. If I'm forced to wear a mask, I'm going to do something like that, because the research is in. It didn't help. Okay. And they're calling, what is it, September 23rd? They're going to release the new virus. What is that all about? I'm so done. I'm so done with this. And a friend of mine brought up a good point. During the pandemic, the borders never closed. Why? Why was that? The borders never closed, north or south. We didn't close the northern border. Canada did. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, lamb. Yes, lamb. Lamblin. Good point. Blind obedience means, what happened? What was a big travesty that happened when people were saying, I'm just doing my job? Blind obedience. I don't know. What's that word? What is that word? Where, yeah, I think I know the word. I'm not monetized, but I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube either. And I think they were the Germans before World War II. Yeah, I think that was it. They did that. And yeah. I'm not. Yeah. That is just not going to happen. Not going to happen. It damn near ruined my life last time. And yeah. So I will not be. And well, you heard what I said, right? Right around the 11:50 mark, right around the 12-minute mark. And Tennessee, I am in Tennessee. Okay? Tennessee is they were one of the first ones to lift mandates. By the way, mandate, not law, right? And we were some of the last. Now, we didn't know before, okay? We weren't sure before. And now we're sure that this is, it's a mind game. Fear porn, right? Push those fear buttons. And I refuse that. I will not comply. Will not. Is it December? Okay. I wasn't sure. I heard something about September 23rd. I know there's a comet tonight. Okay. So, yeah, ufology, nothing new. No big sightings, no invasions. By the way, that's also fake, right? But did anyone see? I will have to leave a link to the there were some holograms shown in the Middle East of flying whales, and they look so real. Dubai? Yeah. I saw that video, and wow, they looked real. And only the United States has not been having those displays. Why is that? Because they want to use our mainstream to push those as real things. I suspect. Yeah, I think it was Dubai that had, and I've seen demonstrations done in classrooms and auditoriums in colleges and schools, not in the United States. Okay, right? They want us they want us supplicated. They want us put down. And I just have to ask, what is the point of that? Right? Why are they trying to get us all on the same sheet of music? Why? We've never been good with doing that. I mean, look at those pre-World War II Germans. We weren't good with that, you know? Why are they doing that? Why do they want us? Our diversity is our strength, okay? And when we all go to the beat of the same drummer, that's when people get really crazy and they start getting really obsessive and wanting to not only do the things that that group is doing, but sharpen those things, do better at those things. And what our diversity is our strength. It's always been our strength, not as Americans, as humans. That's always been our strength. So I'm trying to, yeah, Raven saying control all caps. I agree, but control it to what end? You know, I mean, let's just theorize tactically. Okay, you have achieved this. What's next? You have achieved this. What's next? You have achieved control. What's next? What do you do next? What is is there an end game? Because I don't think we should think of, I mean, people on Earth, right? We shouldn't think of it as an end game because end game means we all die. We're not dying, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff starting to happen, especially since the jabs happened. But after control is established, then what? Right? Then you get people backstabbing each other, you know? There will be people backstabbing each other because somebody wants what somebody doesn't have, wants what their neighbor has. You know what my philosophy for that is? Go to your neighbor, give it to them. Because if you have it and it's not a unique thing, share. Be happy. Wish them well. Make friends, right? Help each other. Oh, I was in Keith's chat room just a little while ago. I was watching the show. We need to help each other. We really do. You know, uh, and we need to realize we are being helped and help back, reciprocate. There's a whole big ball of psychology going on here. So I would like to just say I support our Keith in all his endeavors because he he preaches the good stuff, right? And I do too. I go about it a different way. We have our disagreements, but what do? Our diversity is strengthening both of us. Our point counterpoint, right? And I am not going to say, no, you're wrong, because that's not discussion. That's judgment. And I want more information. Okay. He wants more information. I've got some, he's got some. We can put it together. We both have more information. So, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, help each other. And don't help each other to the cost of yourself. Don't be taken advantage of by toxic people, right? And self-defense is for sure. We know the deal there. We're humans. We grew up here. There are toxic people all over the place, but not all of them, okay? There's great people all over the place. You got to find them. These people want to control us to some questionable ends. Those aren't good people, okay? Technofront, right? The Mercury project. I wanted to update on that. So I got more parts. I got more parts coming in. More coils are coming in. And I made the mistake when I put this first model together, I used E6000 glue instead of hot glue. Hot glue comes right off. E6000 does not come right off. It is, and I can't, the coils are stuck to it to where I can't get them off, right? So I got a bigger container instead of the little cans. I got a bigger container, same copper rods, more coils. I still have my Mercury. Yeah, still have my Mercury. I set it somewhere else and I was like, oh, where'd it go? And someone got in touch with me in Amy's room. He's working with Mercury too, but he's using force fields. And I'm like, oh, really? That's interesting. He's working on force fields of some sort. He said, email me. I'm like, okay, I'll email you tomorrow when I get some sleep or later today. And I did. He hasn't gotten back to me. I will link his show too. I'm sorry I didn't get much of a description in tonight. It'll be in there afterwards. It is. Thank you, Derek. Oh, not a quantum drive, a Vimana drive. Vimana. I want a speeder bike. Yeah. Oh, you haven't heard of that, right? Let me show you the first thing I was going to use as a demo, right? Okay. This, well, it's kind of stuck there. It's just barely stuck. Okay. Metal, steel can. Coils around there. This is not hooked up. Okay. All right, reality check. This is for you. This is a demo unit that never happened, right? Because I figured some more stuff out. But the concept is the same. You put mercury in here. Now, when I say mercury, I mean mercury, okay? Quicksilver, all right? Liquid metal, mercury. You put mercury, but in here, in this particular model, I need more mercury. Let me see here. Then then we'll work with this, right? Cool. And now you can look online. There will be a standard link in the description for the mercury experiments that have already been done. I'm going to replicate that, but I'm going to take it a couple steps further, right? Now, with mercury in here, you have positive and negative, okay, around the side. Let me open this up so you can see what's going on the inside, right? This is a little can. There's a magnet, okay? That's a rare earth magnet, neodymium. You put your mercury around the outside edge. This particular container would need more mercury than I have. All right. Close it up. You electrify this positive, this negative. Now, this is the standard experiment. You can look it up right now. I didn't do it yet. And this has to be isolated from this. So it's here and here. So what will happen is the magnet sets up an electromagnetic field, right? With the mercury in there, it will start rotating. That's what mercury does in a magnetic field. And, well, see, that's what mercury does in a magnetic field. It will do that. Right now, I don't know what you mean by separate it, but just now, Once that starts happening, the mercury on the inside will only go so much with the electricity being provided. So, but what another thing what it does is it tends to give a focal point. Spinning mercury gives a focal point to, now people have said it generates a magnetic field. It does not. Okay, it gathers the magnetic field around its area from the Earth's magnetic field and focuses it, roughly speaking. Okay, that's where the coils come in, because to detect electric fields you use a coil. And in like an EMF detector for a ghost hunter, right, they have a coil in there that is tuned to certain magnetic fields and not others, but these are general all fields. The field charges the coil. It gets wrapped up in there, compresses, can't move very fast, and then gets put out. Okay, now that's electric power. The two leads going from here will then go back into the circuit that created the magnetic field in the first place. And it will become self-powering and pretty much unlimited. I'm going to have to put a regulator on here to keep it from spinning out. Now, another reason I'm using a heavy steel container, not this one, okay, is because it is still metal on metal. You got heat, and it's metal on metal, mercury to steel, metal on metal, mercury, because those things are moving. The molecules of mercury are moving against each other as well as against the steel. So it will become a self-feeding loop, right? Now, to make the Vimana, you build two of those things and reverse the polarity and put them on top of each other, isolated from each other physically. But the magnetic fields will talk to each other. And you end up with reverse spin. One's going this way, one's going that way. And also will be linked the demonstration of electro or magnetic gravitation, okay, or magnetogravitation. A guy in Russia forced two electromagnets in like that with a ground plane in the middle, one going one way, one going another, and it lifted up. I want some of that. All right. Now he was using motors to spin the magnets, right? And I want some of that. Add mercury, redesign it. It will, okay, overlapping waves in sync. Actually, they are kind of, I don't know what's happening when you have opposing polarities, right? One on top of one going one way, one going the other. I've had an image in my head for years and years. I thought it was gears. I thought it was like a differential. It isn't. And it creates that. Well, oscillations is one word, but it's not really accurate. You're saying oscillations reality check. So I will put links in the description after I do a first hour, right? And that's just me, my solo. I call it my solo. So it will be there. You can watch what I watched. And well, I don't know if it's like that either. Reality check. Reality check is saying like Tesla's earthquake machine. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how that worked. I can only go with what I know. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. And if you have a link, leave it in the comments after the show. Okay, I will check it out and I will address it. So that is that. And I'm waiting on parts now. And once I get one side done, I will get more mercury. The stuff's expensive, right? I will be getting more mercury. Let me see if I can. And upscaling it, because even it's a 4-inch bowl, steel bowl, right? Right. It just will. Okay. No, Cindy. Cindy. It is a different metal than that. If I had solid silver and melt it, is it now mercury? No. No, it is not. And as a different metal. Mercury is its own metal. Silver is different than mercury. And a lot of people have misconceptions. And I'm not going to hold anything against them. This is weird science, okay? Because, like, even with the dicyanin goggles, somebody thought it was ground up amethyst. It is not. It's not ground up amethyst. Resonation. Right. It comes from cinnabar. It is extracted from cinnabar. Cinnabar is a stone that has this in it, and it's really easy, but really tricky to get brain damage. Really easy to get brain damage, right? And it doesn't really have to be smelted by the name smelted, right? You cook it, the mercury vaporizes, not even that hot either. And you have to use something to catch the vapors and put it into a bottle because it will just float away, right? And you don't want that because it's not super hard to do, but you don't want to have to keep doing it, right? And keep trying to extract it. Yeah, the Mayans did it. Not room temps, dude. Room temps, it fumes, but it doesn't vaporize. I've got some up here. It doesn't vaporize at room temp. It fumes, but it doesn't have, it doesn't vaporize itself, right? You have to cook it. Not too hot. Not like you're, doing gold or something. Gold's not even that hot. But you do have to cook it and use some old school apothecary stuff to collect it and have it drip into a bottle. Thank you, Reality Check. I tend to like the way I think too. I looked this stuff up. I want maybe I don't know the exact number of reality. He's asking 300 degrees. I'm not sure. It does have to be baked or roasted, and then you have to harvest the fumes from it. So I guess a decent way to do it would be to get a steel pan because it is not reactive with steel. Do not use copper or aluminum, right? And have like a still, except you don't need the coil of copper, okay? It reacts to copper. Do not use copper. Do not use gold. Do not use aluminum or silver, okay? Steel, because it has been treated in such a way that it will not react with that. And all this stuff is public information. You can look it up. A steel pot with a tube, a cooling tube, okay, for it to go out. Now, you will need a respirator. I've got a respirator over here. And, well, that's where I'm at with that. I'm waiting on parts, and I want, after this works, after I get, this is the desktop demo. After this works, right, then I will upscale. And it won't be much. Won't be much of an upscale. But the Vimanas were made of stone. They are made of stone. They're still there, okay? The mercury's been looted. So I'm going to go to a headstone maker, and I'm going to get him to make me take a block. I'm going to defer to his expertise on how to do this the best way, right? But it looks just like 2 bird baths. Really, that's it. A couple of bird baths with some holes in it, right? Bird bath, mercury, bird bath. Put it on top, seal them up somehow. Don't know how yet. Made of blue sandstone, if I can get it. Any sandstone will work, but blue sandstone. And then do the circuitry, and it will be, now, steel can take the heat. This sandstone, can definitely take the heat. It's thousands of degrees before sandstone meets a melting point. And Diane, granddaughter needs you. Go for it. Glad you're going to keep listening to. Maybe, I don't know, Gorilla Glue. I don't know if it'll work with mercury or not because it has to withstand mercury. But what I was saying was, then I upscale it and I put it on this 4x4, or it's an off-road ATV that I got. It don't run, but I'm gonna use it I'm gonna build it into a speeder bike and see what happens. Watch for black helicopters, right? Meet them up there, black helicopters. Oh, and once I get something I can ride on, I'm going to every YouTuber's house. I'm not trying to try to sell it for money. I'm going to open source all this, by the way. I'm not going to sell it for money. I'm not going to try to fix the world, because apparently the world don't want fixing. They kill people. Big money kills people. And I will say this all day long. They kill people who try to fix the world because it cuts into their money. I'm not trying. I will go to Rich, Amy, Dark Hour, cousin brother, maybe they're in Hawaii. That's a big trip. And so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, the world wants cheap gas, and that's all they want. So they can keep it, and I will just never buy gas again. There are several cars that are local that need new engines. I'll put a new engine in it, Mercury engine. So that's where I'm standing. I'm waiting on parts. Because the reason I don't have enough mercury to fill this little can is when you put mercury onto a flat surface, it will act like water at first. Okay, it splashes open, it splashes apart, but then the specific gravity of it and the magnetic resonance of it will pull it back together, and it will actually go tall. So if I put it in this can, it's going to all go to one side, and then it will interrupt the process. I'm working on it, reality check. All I can say is stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thank you for the encouragement. And then after I build a speeder bike, I want a shuttlecraft. Yeah, but once I get the speeder bike done, I'm going to be 400 feet above, below radar, still at drone level, 300 feet, 400 feet. I'm going to go to all the YouTubers' houses. I'll pop up. I'll be the next UFO, the next flying humanoid. And I'll be on GUFON on the other side of the camera. Cousin's brother's going to be, I'll go to Peru and show him what a real flying humanoid looks like. Not so cheap jet knockoff. I'm not going to Peru. I'm not going to Peru. I'm not going to Peru. Okay. But I will let everybody know. All right. I have a feeling there was supposed to be a flying car by David Wilcock. I think he actually had something, but the government stopped him because he was relying on government money too. And I'll build that jetpack. Yeah. Cindy, you're right. It was started. And you can research. We've had directed energy weapons for a while. They're not death rays like in science fiction. They're airplane mounted, nose mounted, directable lasers. And they are infrared. You can't see them. So what else is infrared that uses a lot of light? James Webb Telescope. I covered this last week. James Webb. It reflects infrared. It reads the infrared light. Well, just like any mirror, it's a mirror telescope. It can be used to reflect and focus, but this time infrared. It doesn't do so well in the visible spectrum, red, blue, green, all right? But it does do well for the infrared spectrum. That's heat. You don't see infrared with your eyes. That you see the effect of it on the air. You see things, I don't know, catch on fire. Yeah. So that's that. And yeah, it's been we've had them for a while. I want to say a decade or more that I'm aware of. They're on 747s, military transports, ship mounted. We got HARP. That's a direct energy weapon, and I've been seeing that the passive array listening array at Antarctica is actually a directed energy weapon, and like a giant harp. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Will not comply. Will not comply. Will not comply. Because I'll just get on my speed rack, fly away, and I'm going to open source the whole project. Anybody can do this. I'm literally this demo unit. I misinterpreted how much mercury I would need. This is a junk build. Okay, those are real coils. That's real copper rod and steel can and real magnets. Okay, real magnet. The rare earth. Now, the magnet itself won't cause the spin, but see, this is a metal vial of spiraling plastic. Okay, and it's a strong one because that sets up the magnetic field, kind of like plus and minus, though it's an AC current thing. It will generate AC, and I just have to rebuild this because it's too small, or rather, it's the wrong dimension for that much mercury. So, Comet Nishimura, the normal, paranormal, yeah, all this stuff. Oh, and I get downloads now. I didn't realize what was going on. Stuff would come out of my mouth, and I didn't know where it was coming from. Okay. Things about Atlantis. Oh, Atlantis. Okay, reality check. Here's something else. Crystal networking, right? Here's one. This is a quartz crystal. I bought it on Amazon. There's nothing overly special about it other than this one has been assigned. These guys are computers, computer terminals, doing this, doing that. And this one has been assigned. It will do what you tell it to do. I use computer mindset. This is a healing network crystal, though I use it for other things too. It's like using a whole computer for one web page. You can do a ton of stuff with a computer, but you don't need it to be dedicated to one thing only. Crystal networking, and I blew up 2 computers learning this stuff. So did Raven. Raven did that. I did it too. Okay, I'm going to be buying more because I'm going to build R. Keith's design, and I will actually bring that up. Let me get this ready here. It's the end of the show, so I'm going to bring this thing up. Let me bring it up on my tiny little screen so I can share it later, or share it now. It is a crystal computer that he remembers how to do it from a past life. Yeah, with total woo stuff. But he knows how to look at it, what it looks like, but he doesn't know how to build it. I know how to build stuff. I know how to make things get built. And that's why I'm doing the Mercury project. Got to stay motivated. Got to stay motivated. And sometimes it gets hard to stay motivated doing these things, right? Okay. Found it. Let me get it actually on the screen so I can share it. All right. Let's see here. Am I still on? Okay. Yeah. Okay, now I can show something. Pushing buttons. Alrighty then. It's coming up. Oh, wait. There it is. So, what you're looking at, let me try to increase the size of that somehow. It's not letting me increase the size. No, it's not letting me increase the size. Let me see here. Can I increase the size? All right, well, what you're looking at is a half sphere, a dome. Ignore this little circle. That's just for my reference, right? So you have 4 crystals, and this is north. The whole dome is made of blue sandstone. Not necessarily blue sandstone. It can be made from several things, but I just got a good feeling about that. The crystals generally will be hand cut, not natural. Okay. This is according to his specs. 7-sided crystals. Double terminated means pointy on both ends. And there will be 4 in the middle in a north in a cardinal direction cross. And then the ones surrounding it. 8 surrounding it, right? And then snug them in there. And I'm thinking using copper, but I don't know yet. And okay, you can see it okay. I'm thinking using copper, but we'll see what happens. I'm not going to use aluminum because I don't want low melting point fake metal, right? And I don't know what's going to happen. I will then do some meditation, the standard meditations for out of body, self enlightenment, chakra healing, standard stuff, right? I'll be doing the standard stuff and see what happens. And then I'm going to, because I've never been able to go, okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing the screen. And where is my little, oh, right. Stop sharing. Okay. And I'll just see what happens. So, not a big news week. Thanks everybody for coming to the Quantum Show solo. And I'm going to go ahead and, meditate. Meditate. Well, piezoelectric. Okay. Piezoelectric is the beginning. It's kind of like one part of multi-part process. Okay. That is one part of it, not every part of it. Yes, there's a piezoelectric effect. That is not all of it. Okay, there's more. And there's going to be a sound element to both the mercury and the crystals. I'm not sure how that works. I'm just going to pound it with sounds, frequencies generated by speakers, and see what happens. Okay. On that note, to Hellier, right? Hellier did this. Okay. Hellier got their vibrations going, and then they started doing a CAF tone generation, right? CAF, and sound effects. Okay, and some weird stuff happened in the Hellier cave when they watch Hellier. Link to Hellier. It's on YouTube. That's kind of like required watching. It's an easy thing to watch. They're young people, okay, and they've got the young people mindset going on. Forgive them. Right? And they're good. They come up with interesting stuff. It's a documentary, and while it is semi-scripted, right? It's not fabricated. They're documenting. They're just making it look pretty on screen. So I will be leaving that link in there too. Yes, Cindy, may the force be with you as well. And I'm going to go ahead and say, live long and prosper. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's break time. I want to make more coffee. I'm having to use the coconut creamer I'm not a huge fan, right? But Creamer, I'll be back in just a little while for the panel. I will send out links to those who want them. I've got a couple of requests. Well, I always request the same people going out to the panel, but we'll see. And friend of GUFON, friend of Alien Girl 111, friend of Dark Hour Paranormal, and kind of loose acquaintance ally from Thirdphase of Moon, right? They never returned my messages ever. So I'm going to be okay. Thank you, Reality Chat. I'll find it. That's my phone over here. Way to contact me later. All right. And I will be waiting on parts. Y'all, thanks for coming by. Keep it quantum. Until next time, until the panel, keep it quantum. See you soon. Pushing buttons.